Hey, hello, welcome. Today I am back with another video. This is gonna be quite a rambly, chatty video, I guess. But today we're talking about what my dream wish list is for my board games. I've written it down in this very old notebook and my paper just came right out of it. That's great. I'm just gonna tell you the first game that I really want in my collection, and that is Stardew Valley, the board game. You might not know, but I am obsessed with Stardew Valley. I think I started 5 farms. Like, a lot of the farms have like 100 hours of gameplay on them. I'm not sure what happened there. My obsession started when I was that was last year, beginning last year and end the year before that, so wow. I had a burnout. Great stuff, right? I was home a lot. I was home for 9 months and I ended up playing so much Nintendo Switch. My boyfriend bought me Stardew Valley and it's all his fault. He made me obsessed. He is the reason I am addicted to it. But yeah, Stardew Valley, the board game, in essence, it's just the Switch game, but in board game version, you plant crops, you find the fish, you do everything. You can also, I think if I'm correct, marry, just like in the game itself. The next game I really want, first of all, you should know my birthday is on November 1st. Halloween is the most favorite thing in the world for me. I love Halloween. It's the best period of the year and I'm obsessed with Halloween. But I want Patchwork Halloween. There's like a Halloween-y version of Patchwork because there's not enough Halloween board games. That is why I also want the Similo, the monsters or the like Halloween-y type of one. We only have 3 Similos at the time here in Belgium because the publisher that makes them for here only makes Dutch board games and we don't always get certain games immediately. We sometimes have to wait for it because I know the game is out there, I know people have it, but it just doesn't exist from this publisher yet, and I would like all my Similos to be from the same publisher, so I'll just have to wait until they make it. Then I want Tussie Mussy. Tussie Mussy is from Elizabeth Hargrave? So it is Elizabeth Hargrave. If you don't know her, she is the one that made a Wingspan, and if I'm not mistaken, she also made Mariposa. Anyway, Wingspan is amazing. She did such a good job on it. I really want Tussie Mussy because it's a mechanic that I'm very not familiar with at all. The mechanic is more an I cut, you choose. The best way to explain this is take a pizza, right? You have a pizza. I cut the slices and then you choose which slice you want to grab. So the thing is, in the game you grab 2 cards. Apparently these are cards now. One is gonna be face up and one is gonna be face down. And so I know which are in both. I can see both, but you can only see the face up one. And then you need to choose if you want the face up one or the face down one. And I need to make sure that you pick the one that I want you to pick, but I can never be sure. So it's a really fun mechanic that I haven't played yet. I actually learned about this from Cogito Designs, I think. They make really interesting videos. They've made this series, this 3 video series about the origin of Monopoly, and they made this series about certain mechanics, where they came from, what the popular or less popular games are that have this, and it's just something that came up that I learned from them, which I find a very interesting account, by the way. I'll link the video down below, the one that I was talking about. The next thing I want is also from a video game. I want The Binding of Isaac, just because the video game looked cool. I've watched playthroughs, gameplay videos of The Binding of Isaac, and I want the board game. Just as simple as that. The next one in my list is Marvel Villainous. I already have Disney Villainous and then the purple one. Is that Wicked to the Core? Wretched to the Core? wicked to the core. I'm a big fan of Marvel. I have some Marvel games here. I have Marvel Champions, then Secrets of the Skrulls, and then Marvel Codenames. We've played that one. We suck at Codenames. We absolutely do. But yeah, I'm a big Marvel fan. I really like Disney villainous. The player movers are amazing. The gameplay is always different. So I just want Marvel. And staying in the villainous scene, obviously, I have the base game and... oh my god, I already forgot the expand alone, but the purple one, so I just want everything else because it's a beautiful series. I'm obsessed with the player movers and I need them all. Also, I need Marvel Splendor just because I love Splendor. I've thought about buying the expansion, but I've been like secretly stalking people that were talking about Marvel Splendor, that were talking about regular Splendor and the expansions. I am on the BGG Facebook group and they both caught my eye, and it was a person that actually said that they don't really play the expansion from Splendor. They love to play the Marvel Splendor one because apparently that adds more gameplay than, for instance, just the base Splendor. So ever since then, that comment and that post has been stuck in my head because apparently people agree with that, and I just, well, I'm a Marvel fan, so. Next on my list is Bees. I want it because it looks cute. It kind of looks like Azul-like to me, but with bees. And I've heard people say pretty good stuff about it, but I want it. It's too cute. I need it. Then we have... it's a pretty recent game, Ark Nova. Okay, so I saw this post on Instagram from Beastie Geeks. It was a first impression of Ark Nova and just the pictures and the whole, like, there's a whole thing that he wrote down, so I just started researching, and that was on New Year's Eve, so I just spent New Year's Eve like 15 minutes on my computer while we had people in the living room, and I was here on my computer researching what the hell Ark Nova was and why I suddenly wanted it. Because that is apparently how I roll. Hey. Hey. So another game I really want is kind of similar to Tokyo Highway. What we already have is Men at Work. It's a dexterity game. You need to be quite agile with your hands. I love dexterity games. My boyfriend hates it. He doesn't really like him that much. I don't care. I want them all. We have played Tokyo Highway, but we apparently played that a day where he was very tired, he didn't want to play, and he got so upset that he just rage quit. So we didn't play it again since. But anyway, apparently I like to annoy my boyfriend so much, so I'm gonna buy another dexterity game. There's only one more game on my list. It's a game that I've seen so much thanks to Board Game TikTok. I'm there to get the good tips on the good games. That is how I got word about Cues and Clues by the OP Games. Cues and Clues is actually a game where players have an entire board all with colors and they need to guess the right color. There's like this little square that makes you figure out who got the most points at the end of the round, but the game itself is literally you get a hint and you're trying to guess the right color, but this, get it, hues and clues, so you just follow the clues and try and guess the right hue, the right color on the board. It's very abstract and I'm really drawn to it. I've seen so many TikToks about it and I really want it. That was my entire list of games that I want. A lot of these games are gonna be a bit difficult for me to get because like Stardew Valley only came available for pre-order because I did pre-order it. There was this Dutch site that all of a sudden had it in pre-order a while after a lot of other sites had it in pre-order. Like I ordered it in the UK and then was like, oh no, there's one on this Dutch site and I don't need to pay import costs because everything we order from outside the EU we need to pay import costs on, and it's usually around 30 euros or more. So a lot of them are not published by local publishers or European publishers sometimes, so it's gonna be hard for me to get certain games. I'm not saying that I'm gonna buy them all this year just because of that reason. I really want them all, and I hope one day to have them all in my collection. I think the easiest ones are gonna be the Marvel games, the Villainous games, and well, obviously Stardew Valley. Oh, I forgot a game. There's another game on here. Horrified American Monsters. I have Horrified. I love Horrified. I'm such a big fan of co-op games, and I love Horrified. It's spooky, it's co-op, it's really easy, but there's like so many different monsters. It's such a versatile game, so I just want the American Monsters because it's so cool. So that one is gonna be hard for me to buy right now because I don't think I've ever seen it here in Belgium. So it takes a while to get certain games to us. For instance, Hues and Clues I've also never seen here or online. It's all from further away that they need to be shipped in. But I think the ones that I'm gonna be able to get first is The Binding of Isaac, I think. The Marvel games, the Villainous games, Bees. I think those are gonna be the easier ones, not counting Stardew Valley of course, but like Patchwork and Similo and Hues and Clues, that are gonna be much harder games for me to get because, well, I just need to have a site that doesn't ask me to pay a fortune for them because I'm not that rich. But anyway, did you like my list? Do you have a list like this? Let me know down in the comments what is on your list, or if you want anything from my list. If you like this video, I'm sorry, it's a bit of a rambly video, but there's more board game related content on my channel, or Harry Potter or geeky related content is also on there, so if you want to check that out, I'd be very happy if you do. And I want to thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!